Hey, this is Tiqqle, and this is the Too Long Didn't Read Mythic guide for The Other Side. Make sure to check the link below for a Google Doc where you can copy and paste these strategies into your party chat to help your team out. Let's jump into it. Number one, there are urns around the dungeon. If you right-click them and you're Night Fae, it will do a big AoE stun for 10 seconds on those mobs. You could be mass pulling to these points to help stun the mobs. For the first boss, Hakkar the Soulflayer, you want to make sure that you spread out whenever you have the red circle debuff of corrupted blood. You want to kill the ads and otherwise focus down the boss. You don't want to be standing in the blood puddles as you'll be taking a lot of damage, and you want to make sure you're just focusing the boss down as much as you can once the ads are dead. The next boss, the Manastorms. There's a lot of trash that you need to be careful of when going down these paths. The first is the defunct dental drill. Number one, you need to pull it towards a wall and find a place where you can use the line of sight, because once it starts using haywire, it starts doing huge AoE, and you want to make sure you can line of sight around a corner when it starts to do this. There are a bunch of other mobs down this hallway. You need to be kiting and slowing and having your ranged DPS take them down. They do a lot of AoEs, they do a lot of casts. You need to be very careful fighting these mobs. There's a small Frogger event, and then you get to the Manastorms boss. For the Manastorms boss fight, there's two phases, one with Maleficent, one with Millhouse. If it's Maleficent, she's out there and she's spawning and throwing bombs around the room. You need to walk up to these bombs, right-click them, which will disarm them. Then she'll do a second phase where she will go towards the wall and start using a panel. What you need to be doing is the person that is marked with a purple circle around them, that will be a shadow crash that will stun anyone within that circle. You need to take that and stack that on top of Maleficent, as this will stop her from doing her huge AoE party-wide damage, which will eventually wipe your group. For Millhouse, he will spawn power crystals. You need to stand between the power crystals and Millhouse to stop him from powering up. You also need to watch out for the laser strikes, which you'll basically need to wait for the laser strikes to be traced, and then you need to sidestep as they will erupt with rocks, which will stun you. Heading towards the third boss, which is really a Night Fae area, this is where you're going to get most of your trash percentage, as these are optional pulls, and you'll need to pull a lot of trash here to get your percentage all the way pretty much to 100. The third boss, people are marked with bombs. When the bombs are marked on you, what you need to do is in the last few seconds of the timer, you get onto one of the displacement traps on the ground, which is marked as a white cloudy icon, and that will shoot you up into the air so that you erupt in the air so that no one else takes damage. Sometimes the boss will actually have the bomb attached to himself, and in this case, everyone else needs to take the displacement pads and go up into the air to avoid taking damage. Otherwise, watch out for the frontal cones that will spawn in different areas of the room, as this will be another way you'll be able to take damage. For the last boss, what you need to do is strategize on who's going to go to what platform during the Shadow Reality phase. The first phase of the boss fight is basically just surviving and doing low damage while not trying to take damage from different frontal cones, or that will cover left side of the platform, right side of the platform, and in front of the platform, and kind of covering the platform. Based on the assignments, those individuals will need to take their portals ASAP that will go to 4 different quadrants of the room. These different areas will have an ad that is spawned. That ad needs to die. Once that ad dies, you can right-click the totem. Right-clicking that totem will eventually do 25% health to the boss, as it will teleport you down to fight the big guy again. And basically, you need to take down all 4 of these totems to win the fight. So whether you do it in one go or you have to go back, the second time, that's okay. You just need to realize which totems are up so you can send the people to the right place, because the totems will not respawn on the platforms they were killed in, so you may need to send people to different spots after their first time taking the portal. With that being said, that's the Mythic guide for The Other Side. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and if there's anything that I missed, make sure to put it down in the comments. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank the contributors that helped this out, and the Twitch subs and Patreons for making this possible, and we'll see you on stream every day, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or on the next video. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much, and see you in Shadowlands.